My work in the NHS has focused particularly in recent years on developing compassionate leadership in health service organisations. What really has struck me over the years is that health services are about ensuring high quality health and well-being for people of our communities. Yet at the same time, the experience of staff is often that their health and well-being is damaged, high levels of stress, intense workloads. And then in 2012, in the Academy of Management Review, one of the premier management journals, there was a special issue on compassion. And for me, it kind of crystallized the importance of looking at compassion as a core value in health services, and therefore as a key characteristic of the kinds of cultures we need to create in health services so that we can deliver high quality, continually improving compassionate care for patients, and also ensure that we are providing high quality, continually improving and compassionate support for staff, because those two things are intrinsically linked. My work has been really powerfully shaped through the work I've done in health services, because the encounter, I suppose, between academic knowledge and practical problems, I think must lead to a kind of mutual shaping. For example, one of the things that we discovered was the key elements of cultures of organisations in healthcare that deliver high quality care: a clear vision, a commitment to a limited number of strategic goals, support and compassion, learning and innovation, and team and inter-team working. The challenge then is, but how do we achieve that in practice? So that really focused my work on how do we change culture, and that's particularly about leadership. Of course, every interaction by every one of us every day shapes the cultures of our teams and organisations, but the role of leaders is particularly powerful. And that led to really shaping our research and our interventions around developing leadership capabilities in health service organisations that would deliver those key cultural elements to ensure that we were meeting the needs of patients. In my work in health services, it's fundamental that I should ensure that the research I'm doing and the contributions I make are practical, because the challenges that are faced in health services are enormous. The biggest challenge is workforce. Very high numbers of vacancies in most countries around the world in health service staff, high and increasing levels of staff stress, high levels of sickness absence, and people quitting their jobs, leaving early. So finding solutions to some of those problems requires real practicality. And I think this is true not only in relation to work in health services, but it's becoming more generally true for humanity. The problems we face are enormous: climate change, loss of biodiversity, weapons of mass destruction, pandemics. I think it's vital that researchers ensure their work is practical. Of course, we need theoretical approaches and new theory, but I think to some extent the balance is sometimes too much in favour of the, if you like, the obsessions or the interests of researchers themselves, rather than the real world problems that humanity faces. Compassionate leadership, I think, is central to developing health and care services and enabling people to live their lives as healthily and as happily as they can. The future, I think, is applying that concept of compassionate leadership to the way that all of the agencies which affect people's health and well-being work together, so that we work compassionately with people from social care, local authorities, voluntary sector, the community, families themselves, in a collective mission to create the best conditions for people to live the happiest lives and the healthiest lives that they can.